Hi guys. Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is part 1.5 of the Jericho romper heart thing. So I have already sewn on 3 of the hearts. I'm just going to be showing you how I'm doing the last heart. Now, I tried doing this with my sewing machine, but I'm such an amateur that it was not working. So I am hand sewing all of these hearts. So I'm using blue thread by somebody, I'm sure. And then a thin, this is the thinnest needle I have. It's not that thin, but the thinnest needle you can get will be better for this. But that depends entirely on you. I just find it easier because I'm like trying to thread it through so many layers that it's hard and I'm hurting myself. So I'm just using a thinner needle. It makes it easier to push through. And then scissors. That is all you're gonna need for part 1.5. So we're gonna get into it. So I have the heart pinned down where I would like it placed. This is in fact the bottom part, so this is how the whole romper will look. But for the sake of the video, here is this. I'm only using 4 sewing needles to hold it down because I think that's all I really need. Thread, which the thread I'm using is a little bit lighter than the fabric. It's more the color of the romper, which isn't a huge deal. Scissors, and if I can pick it up, the needle. So I'm just going to quickly trim off this excess thread that we don't need. How dare it still be on my needle? Also, if you have acrylic nails, this is a lot harder than it looks. Let me just say that. And now you're going to thread your needle however you do it. You do you kind of thing. Boo boo. Okay, that took a lot longer than I was thinking it was going to, but that's okay. Now, I'm going to go through the top and inside. And then at the end of the heart, the little tip end of it, is where I'm going to start. Now, because I don't want to continuously deal with that struggle, now the process is going to just be, I'm going to go inside of the romper and I'm going to kind of bunch it up a little. Probably not an amazing idea. And then the way that I do that is I stick the needle in partially and then I thread it through again. And that way it goes inside without the struggle and the hassle. So now I'm just gonna get that done. Now I'm just gonna try to do this as fast as I can. Now, I'm not a huge OCD person, so my sewing work is not gonna look absolutely amazing, but if you want it to look amazing, that is also awesome for you. But the fact that I'm not just purchasing the cosplay is kind of a huge deal for me, so I'm sticking with it Sticking with my guns, doing it however I can. Got to be careful with the sewing needles. Sometimes the thread will get stuck on the needle, which is not fun for anyone, not even the needles, not even the sewing needles. Ouch. Be super careful as to not prick yourself. I hear it's very painful. And now I can remove that sewing needle, that needle thing, whatever it is. Ugh. This gets significantly harder the longer we go. So I'm just gonna snip the thread now because it's super obnoxious to deal with it. Okay. Okay, so what did I do wrong here? Oops. Hold on, I have to fix something. So I did have a minor inconvenience where I accidentally sewed the front of the romper to the back of the romper, and so that did result in me having to cut the thread, unfortunately. How absolutely annoying. And I did have to restart, but now I'm at the end of the romper. I'm at the end of this, the last heart. I saved the last heart that is the hardest. I saved the hardest for last, is what I meant to say. So I just want to get to the end of it so I can show you guys how I finish it off. Oh, God. So with the needle out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick it in next to where I put the needle in the first time. And now I'm just going to cut both sides, since I had to restart. And then I'm just going to knot it here a hot couple of times. As many times as you feel